What's good, y'all? Pete the Great, and today, chapter 508 of Kingdom came out, and this is my review of it. So, the chapter basically picks up where it left off last 2 weeks ago, I think, because we were on break. Bajio, the mountain tribe guy, he was at the top of the wall, and everyone knew last week that he was basically gonna wreck some shit up this week. But boy, did we not expect that. I mean, he kicked a guy and blew a whole line of soldiers that had shields with one kick. One kick blew away a whole line of soldiers. Like on some old school kung fu movie. It was impressive. And then we basically see that Yotanwa is not to be messed with. I mean, she used one ladder. Yeah, the ladder that Bajio climbed and got on top and got to the top of the wall with. That's the only ladder she used to open the gates. And how did she open the gates? Well, there was this weird guy um, sniffing around near the wall to find a gateway, and the gateway was basically the secret passage was basically where you could open the gates. So they went there. They killed off all the little guards that were there because Ritsubi's defense orchestrators probably didn't think that they would find it, so they didn't put a lot of guards. So it was not heavily guarded, and that was their doom because the gates opened and the Hishin unit just charged in. Now we get to the second part of the chapter, which is the entrance of Shin in this siege battle, and Shin. Well, at first we get to see more of his newcomers. You know, the few guys that Sugan talked to when they were training. We basically see them having kind of the same jitters as the Archer brothers at first. Like, they're like, oh my god, this is really happening. And one of them actually just gets chopped off. Rohei, I think. He just gets. They're like, hold up, we'll come save you. And his head just goes flying. It's like uh, a really, really cruel way to end off that character. But I mean, he kind of sucks. He was just like, he was trembling, 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 and just charged. I mean, from the get go, we haven't seen anyone dumb enough to charge enemies. Like, I mean, even in the first campaign, they were frightened. They didn't charge. They were just frightened, and Shin charged. But Shin charged to open a path for the infantry. Like, it's not the same thing. The guy just charged when he was entering a city full of soldiers. I mean, I he wasn't gonna amount to anything. Basically, that was Ara's way of saying that he wasn't gonna amount to anything. And obviously, I mean, he's dead. So yeah, and then basically we see them. They all freak out. They get split up, and then Sugan comes to save them. Obviously, he's like, and we learned that Sugan is now an infantry commander, which, I mean, I've thought for a long time. Like when we saw him training the guys, the newcomers, I was like, that guy was like a squad leader. Why is he like all of a sudden so uh shown so much? And well, we get the knowledge that now he's an infantry commander, so that's why he's been shown so much. And I mean, he was kind of strong from the get go. Like we knew, like his squad was like a squad of sword fanatics, but like we knew he was good. He wasn't just all talk. So I kind of expected him to gain a little bit more. I thought he would go the traditional way of like commander, like 100-man commander, or maybe he's 1,000-man commander, but they have 1,000-man large infantry. But I don't think so, considering they're all peasants. But whatever. So yeah, and then while we're like, yay, Sugan just saved your ass, and basically he's like, don't bully on our greenhorns, and then uh they try and make up excuses as to why they got separated, and he's like, shut up, just don't get separated, you bitches. And I kind of liked it, how Sugan replied, because he saved them. He was like, hey, there are valued comments, but at the same time, was like get your shit together. So, you know, and then Denyu, a veteran, gets beaten up by one of the commanders, and I think it's a recurring thing, theme, like Denyu getting beat up, and like, oh my god, Denyu, he's so beef, he's so strong. How did he get beat up? And then Bo, he gets the guy that beat up Denyu gets like just destroyed, and in this chapter, the same thing occurred. I mean, we learned that Denu is now 1,000 man commander, which is congrats to him again. And then the commander that slew that didn't well, I don't know if he's dead, but like that critically injured Denu is he's cleaved in half, like Oki style, cleaved in half. Like the first time Oki cleaved somebody in half, I don't remember his name, but he was one of the guys that thought that he was he was gonna overcome. He was part of Seikyo's rebellion, and like he charged with a horse at Oki. And Oki just straight up punked him. I think he slashed the horse too. I mean, so Shin slash was not that level, but it was a big slash. And then you see the chapter ends with everybody like Shin Sama, and then he's like, "Oh my god, that glaive is heavy." So I personally thought that the chapter was really good because um, I didn't think we'd get to see Shin this early use the glaive and just cleave somebody in half. I'm like, uh, I mean, he really used the glaive like from the get go. So I was not expecting that. I thought, he'd be pushed in a corner, then use the glaive. Or well, then again, if he used the glaive that he wasn't used to, he'd probably get beaten too. But I thought, he would, warm up a little bit with his sword before using the glaive. But no, he went straight for the glaive and straight for the knockout. I mean, it was a clean cut. And yeah, I don't think Ritsubi has a lot more in it. I mean, we see that Moten and the Gaku Grams, I think, uh, his name is. I think it's Gaku Grams. They're like so astonished. They're like, yo, what the fuck? They just did this. Like how? With one ladder, they opened the gates and now they're flooding the city with their troops. And quite frankly, I was as surprised as Moten. And Osen also was like, he wasn't talking, but people were like, yo, they opened the gates. And I'm just like, you know, so typical Osen fashion. And what I think is funny is that, um, what's his name? Ohan, sorry. Ohan wanted to like see the battle, or at least that's what he said, but maybe he just wanted to see Shin. It would be really funny if by the time he got there, it was practically over. All he got to see was like Shin raising the head of the city, the city's commander, I guess. You know, that would be really cool because like it would just hype up the speed at which they've done it. Because my God, that is really fast what they did. They just did that in like what was it, like 5 hours, I guess, if you really want to push it, like the time that she was circling and trying to find it. But at the same time, bro, you could say it was like 20 minutes. You could go both extremes. Like when she was searching for the thing, you could say it took her like 3 minutes to spot it. It could take an hour, maybe. Like who knows? So what I'm trying to say is that even if you think it took her a long time and there was a little bit of like back and forth between the armies, it clearly has not taken her more than like what, 6 hours to conquer, to siege Rutsubi. I mean, Rutsubi's practically done. And I don't know why. I thought the other armies would advance, but apparently they're watching. So that's kind of surprising. Unless Osen was far ahead, and someone reported to him, that I would understand. Because if you're just gonna stay there, then just use. Well, at the same time, you don't want to fatigue everyone, but I mean, it would just maybe even be even faster if you use all your force, or not all, but like a larger portion than just the Otomo army and one unit. But then again, it's a three it's a three army force, so you can't really go and you can't divide it any differently than either like the whole army and two whole armies. You can't go like one and a half army, so maybe that's just the best they could afford. So yeah, this chapter I would give it probably a 9 or an 8 out of 8.5 out of 10. Sorry. So the only reason why I don't think it deserves a 10 is because, yeah, the slash was epic. Yeah, the Haitian units, newcomers were like basically realistically scared, and Baijo is a beast. But there's still a few things that I think happened a bit too fast, like the sniffing the floor to find the thing. Like, I mean, yeah, I get it, they're savages, but at first it kind of ticked me off, so like that bumped it down to a 9 for me, because I kind of just went like what, and had to like reread it because I wasn't sure what just happened. But aside from that, maybe a little bit of disappointment that we didn't get to see the continuation of the Archer brothers, maybe just a little. I mean, that's to support by Joe. That's what I thought was gonna happen, but yeah, none of that happened, and well, sorry, something just popped up on my screen. Uh, none of that happened, and well, I was not disappointed, but I was not elated that nothing more happened, because I wanted to see. Uh, I keep forgetting which one. I think it's Tan, the one that was missing. I wanted to see him like even just say like just a panel where he's like he feels bad for being like not able to deliver, that would have been great. Just to see that, like, yeah, he didn't want to like kill people, but at the same time he knew that he had to, so just to show where he is, maturity level. Well, not maturity level, but where he is, what's his state of mind towards war. That would have been a good thing to see in this chapter that we didn't get to see, but maybe we'll see in when they walk, to the next city. Maybe he'll talk to his brother and be like, next time I won't choke, or maybe it'll take a lot more time, and that would be good too. But I just wanted to get a clear indication of where he is, what's his mindset towards war. We didn't get that this chapter. That's why I bumped it down to a 9. Okay, 8.5 is a bit low, but yeah, I'll probably give it a 9 out of 10. And yeah, well, that's it for this review. I thought it was a great chapter. Leave a like if you agree with me, a comment if you disagree or you want to add something, and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. See you guys.